Oh. మనం రికార్డింగ్ ఫైల్స్ సేవ్ చేసేదానికి ఇది ఎవ్రీ టైం చేస్తారు కదా మీరు?
యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే ఇది నాకు ఎప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఆన్ అయ్యేది, ఇప్పుడు కావాలి. జనరల్గా ఇది ఆటోమేటిక్ ఆన్ అయ్యింది.
ఫస్ట్ టైం సెట్టింగ్ సెట్ చేయాలి.
ఓకే.
ఇప్పుడు ఫ్రెష్గా క్రియేట్ చేసే సెషన్ అందువల్ల రాలేదు.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.
So if you people know C, then it is much easier. Python, it is almost like English language. But what is my main intention here is actually we are targeting you people should be competitive for Python developer as well as a data scientist. So that I think initially if you people are not getting in the data science or machine learning, okay, you people can choose another path for temporary for 1 year or 2 years, then you people can switch over. So coming to this particular one, okay, see here, generally if you go any organization, okay, any training institution, people will not be teaching about the OOPS, okay, because OOPS is not required for data science, even though you use OOPS, but generally it is not required. If you are a developer, okay, full stack developer or Python developer, networking, I think OOPS is in and out. Actually, people should know OOPS, otherwise people cannot do any work, okay. But here we are even covering OOPS concept and even regular expressions and decorators, generators, okay. These are all actually we are covering a little bit extra than all other institutions, so that people can be competitive for both the roles. And coming to here, there are few packages. One is NumPy, another is Pandas, and visualization tools. Okay, one is Matplotlib and Seaborn. Okay, these things are specially for the data science. Okay, NumPy, you can do a lot of calculations in NumPy very easily. Suppose you wanted to do vector dot product or cross product or whatever it is. Okay, so you people can do NumPy in NumPy very easily, and it is very fast also. If you try to check how much time a NumPy calculation is taking and ordinary for loop is taking, okay, it is almost like 10 times. Okay, ordinary for loops it takes 10 times, and NumPy it takes very less time. Coming to Pandas, it is for the manipulation of your data. So whenever you wanted to work on data science, you are having huge sets of the data. So how can you manipulate it? I wanted to have summation of 2 columns. Otherwise, I wanted to get mean of 3 columns. Okay, these are all you can do very easily in the Pandas. No need to run any of the for loop. Simply you can create one more new column, and in that column I wanted average, I wanted max, I wanted min, okay, whatever one, or you can write your own function. Okay, so those are all advantages with the Pandas. And coming to the visualization, yeah, most of the time in data science we get lot of insights by visualization. Okay, this we will discuss. Before we discuss this, actually we should have good knowledge about the statistics. Okay, but visualization tools also very important. So last 3, okay, it is specially for the data science. Okay, and up to modules, I think these are all common Python, and few things actually we are covering extra. Okay, OOPS concepts and environment variables, generators, decorators, expressions. I think there is something called errors also. Yeah, errors and exceptions. Okay, this is also normal part. So we will go a little bit in depth, and you people can check actually whatever we are learning here. You may not be getting that in the YouTube. We go a little bit depth. Okay, so YouTube we get very high level overview of all the functions, but here we try to see really function. Okay, generally functions will be covered in 30 minutes anywhere. 30 minutes also it is somebody is putting a little bit effort, but here functions almost we cover around 2 hours. Okay, how to create a function, what is the default parameters, and what type of mistake generally people do, how to call a function in function, because functions are more important. Coming to the OOPS concept also, it is not simple OOPS how to generate a object. Okay, it is not simple one. So how can you create your own methods, why are you using the methods, what is the advantage, these are all actually we are going to cover. But this is about Python. But if I go and So it is having, next portion is statistics. Okay, in the statistics I will make little bit bigger. In the statistics it is like you can find the same thing everywhere. Okay, the syllabus: introduction to the course, descriptive statistics, probability distribution, inferential statistics, hypothesis testing, permutations, regression, and ANOVA. Okay, this everywhere actually you can get the same thing, but once we go into the stats, actually people realize what depth we are going. Okay, unless otherwise you are having the very good background in the stats, you never excel uh, in data science or business analytics. Okay, most of the problems whatever you get in the real time, they are not simple predictions, they are like insights. Okay, I wanted to give a credit card or not. Okay, people may be thinking that, okay, yeah, I have to run one classification algorithm, but before you run your classification algorithm, to come to a conclusion you have to do a lot of things. Okay, so how you people can do all these things? Okay, what is hypothesis testing, and what is the significance? We will see real time problems, and we can get very good exposure. So coming to here, okay, machine learning or data science. Okay, so we'll cover something of data pre-processing, that is nothing but EDA, exploratory data analysis we call. Then we are having regression. Okay, so in the regression we are having simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. These two, they are very common everywhere, but we will discuss a little bit about how can you even do SVR, decision tree regression, and random forest regression, because most of the non-linear regressions doing with the random forest or artificial neural networks. Okay, so we will see, okay, like when we were using, what is simple linear regression, what are the limitations of it. Okay, when we have to use different other regressions, but these are all we will see. Coming to the classification, it is very vast. Okay, starting with logistic, knn, support vector, kernels in SVM, naive bayes, decision tree, random forest. I think few things I forgot actually: bagging, boosting, and random for bagging, boosting. Okay, bagging, bagging and boosting. Next, we are having something called clustering. Okay, generally we deal only with the k-means and hierarchical, but if you go inside, actually there are many clustering methods. We restrict ourselves to these two because it will be unnecessary confusion for you. Okay, next actually we will be doing something like artificial neural networks, then deep learning. In the deep learning, we see actually how it is evolved. Then we will be getting some information about the TensorFlow and Keras, how they are working. Then in the deep learning, we are having two types. One is image recognition, another one is NLP. Okay, otherwise CNN and RNN. So we will cover CNN also in depth, RNN not in depth actually. NLP also, yeah, I think partially we will cover. Okay, this is because if you wanted to go depth of RNN and NLP, that itself it is around 30 to 40 hours of the course, and that is not recommended for the freshers, because if people do not have any experience in the classical machine learning, so I don't recommend. Generally, I don't recommend. There is something called dimensionality reduction. Okay, we will be seeing PCA, but LDA if it is required. Okay, yeah, I think I covered here bagging, boosting, and there is something called k-fold class validation. Okay, uh, it is simple, one more argument in every algorithm, and there is something called XGBoost. So coming to here, actually we are giving some projects also. Uh, so you people have to complete those projects regularly, and I think somebody will be evaluating you. Okay, how we people are doing. So adding to that, this actually you are having something called a little bit of maths. Okay, so maths is important because we deal most of the time with linear algebra as well as the calculus. Okay, so that is ongoing. I haven't mentioned anything here what maths I am going to cover, but it is like ongoing. Whenever it is required, I will be teaching you maths. Okay, fine. Now, so I wanted to first give some introduction how to install Python. Okay, Python, you can install Python itself language. Okay, then you need to install so many other things. uh, and you people can run in PyCharm. Okay, that is another tool you people can do. Okay, and you people can run in the command line. Okay, that is another way. But generally what I prefer is use Anaconda distribution. Okay, in the Anaconda distribution you are having Spider as well as Jupyter notebook. Okay, it is up to you which one you wanted to use, but generally I use all my classes Spider because it is having .py extension, so the same code you people can use in the production also, there is no issue. So I will teach you right now how to install because already it is installed in my system. So what you people have to do is go for Anaconda download or install for Windows or MacBook, okay, whatever it may be. So either you can go for first or second, whatever may be the link. Hmm, download Anaconda installer. Okay, it is asking 3.7 and 2.7, so better you go for 3.7. So once you download, I'm just closing this one. Okay, I will canceling this one. Okay, once you are having this exe file for the Windows, then you accept all the defaults. Okay, you accept all the defaults, click 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 click. Okay, then once you have done, you will be getting, you people can see here, right, Anaconda. So you are having something like Anaconda. Okay, so come here, then you are having Anaconda navigator, click on this one. So already it is there, I guess, for me. Yeah, it is there already. So I get the navigator here. Okay, so you are having one is Spider, another one is Jupyter notebook. Okay, so Jupyter is web based. Okay, you will be getting localhost 8888 something. Okay, so that actually it is a web based. And coming to the Spider, it is a on mission. If people can install on the mission, if people can work. So suppose if I wanted to work on my Spider, then I have to just launch it. Already I launched it. Okay, you people can see. Okay, you people can see. So this is Spider. Okay, I will close these things. Okay, so here I am going for the new file. Okay, so this is the place actually where you write your code. Okay, where you write your code. So it is editor. So you people can write a code here. And but if I wanted to see a little bit more about this one, this is your ipython console. Means actually this is the brain. Okay, this is where all your calculations are going to be done. So what I can do is just see, I'm writing something like 5 plus 6. Suppose I write 5 into 6. So it is like a calculator. Okay, but what is the disadvantage with this one is you can only run, you cannot save anything here. Okay, I wanted to do some calculation. It is like a calculator. I can do all my calculation, but if I wanted to repeat the calculation, otherwise I wanted to save a file, then I'm not in a position to do this. That's why what I would do is I will go to editor. Okay, here I will write some code. Okay, and I can execute it. So what I'm doing is, suppose I'm writing 5 into 6. Okay, this is what 5 plus 6. If I wanted to run this particular one, what I do is I highlight this one, control enter, I got 11. Okay, now suppose I wanted to write 5 into 6. Okay, now control enter, I got it. Now what I can do is I can save this file, like all doc file or excel file. I can save this file. So I will just go ahead and save. Okay, on my desktop. Okay, and put test. Okay, now what I have done is I just saved it. Now suppose if I wanted to use the same file, come here, go to desktop. So I got it. So not only this one, actually you can declare so many variables. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to declare a is equal to this particular one. Okay, and b is equal to this particular one. Okay, so now when I run these two, okay, after that I wanted to know what is a. So I can just go ahead and see what is a. Say is 11. So this type of facility actually you will not be having in the console, because that's why we are having an editor. From there actually you can write something and you can save it. But what you people have to understand, one more thing is, I'm having something called here variable explorer. See here. So in the variable explorer, whatever I have declared, okay, that particular one it is here. Okay. Now what I do is I just go ahead and a equal to 56. Okay. Now when I run, when I didn't run this one, what is a is equal to here? It is an int type and size is 1 byte, and here it is 11, right? Now suppose if I run this particular one, now what happened? Array has been changed. So in the variable explorer, all the variables in that session, whatever you run, okay, it is not like actually you can have previous ones. Okay, you can have only this present session. So whatever you are having, everything is there inside it. Okay, suppose what I'm doing is I'm saving this particular file. Okay, I go to desktop. Okay, okay, sorry, it is download. Okay, sorry. Hmm. Okay, now I go back. So now you see I saved all these variables into a particular file. Okay, now what I can do is I go here and I'm erasing everything. Okay, now I'm erasing everything. When I erase everything, I come back and see what is there in A. Okay, A is not defined because I have erased all my variables. Okay, from there, suppose if I go and I wanted to get my data. So what I did now, I have saved the output of all this output of all my variables into a file. Okay, that it is there on my desktop. Now suppose if I have run a big program, just imagine it has taken around half an hour or 45 minutes. Okay, and I got all my variables. Now suppose if I close my session, then what is happening? All the data is missed, right? It is nowhere. Now I need to run once again, spend another half an hour and get all these variables. So instead of that one, what I can do is, before I close my session, I can save it, my output, into some file. Okay, now if I load this one, I no need to run all these things. Okay, I will come back here and say what is A 56, because you are loading the session. Okay, so you can do so many things actually. Okay, if people can there is something like comment. Okay, you wanted to set your current working directory run. I think there is something like debug, and you can make a project also. Okay, project, it is having a special structure inside it. Okay, so we will discuss one by one later, but it is just a glance. Okay, what we are going to do with the Python. So now I just wanted to ask you people, uh, what is equal to sign in the programming languages? Suppose if I say A equal to 56, that means what? It is assignment. Yeah, I will make it bigger. So whenever I give equal to, it is assignment. Suppose if I give something like A, what is this one? It is a condition. Okay, so we will see all these things. Okay, suppose if I run this one, A equal to 57, so what I will be getting answer? What I will be getting? I will be getting it as a false, because it is not equal. A is equal to 56, so I am just asking system that whether it is 57. So it is not 57, so it will say it is false. Okay, uh, okay, I think now you people got to know about the Python. And what you people can do is, you people can use something called, I will close this one. See, if I come back to my Anaconda, if I come back to my Anaconda and go for Anaconda prompt, it is similar to your command prompt. Okay, but it works a little bit better. So now what I do is, I wanted to do something like cd dot dot, and I wanted to go for D, then cd 6. Okay, suppose I come back here. Okay, and I wanted to have one more. Okay, just go here. Okay, I'm having new batch, so I go for new batch. Okay, suppose I come to this particular location, and here I type Jupyter. So you can use even Spider also. So now what is happening is, I'm opening my Jupyter notebook in that particular location. Okay, means it can access all the files from there. Okay, suppose now it is empty, totally empty. Suppose if I wanted to have a new, so I wanted to have Python 3. Okay, this is nothing but your typical Jupyter notebook interface. Okay, now here what happens is it is very easy to run. If people know what is happening, suppose if I'm telling a is equal 56, okay, shift enter, okay, it is giving another one. I wanted to know what is a inside, so it is 56. You're getting your input as well as your output there itself. Okay, so it is much useful. Actually, it is better for the learners. It is better for the learners, but somehow I'm not happy, because suppose if I wanted to save this particular file, okay, file, save as, I give test1, save, come back here. Can you people see what is the extension of this one? IPython notebook. It is not .py. Okay, the extension itself, it is different, but if you people wanted to use Jupyter notebook, it is up to you. If people can use it, but generally I use Spider. Okay, this about Python. So how many people studied statistics in your engineering? Nobody. At least one subject should be there, statistics. No subject for you people, statistics. Okay, so I will teach everything from the scratch. Okay, there is no issue. Uh, but generally, what happens is statistics is one of the boring subject, right, for everybody. We will think that okay, they will tell about mean, median, mode, or what is standard deviation. Okay, this is how we. But generally, it is boring. I accept it, but it is as interesting as physics. If you people love it. Okay, there are so many examples I can give whenever we go. So suppose if you wanted to have a, if you wanted to deal with very huge data, okay, you do not have any other choice other than statistics. Okay, I wanted to tell the tendency of the Indian people, or what is that, stock market prediction, whatever you take, wherever you are having the huge data set. Okay, you do not have any other option other than statistics. And why we are using data science? You wanted to take a decision, or you wanted to make a trend, or whatever, wherever your data is so big. See why data science is coming into the picture, because you are having huge of data, and previously you are unable to process it. Now you are having the capability to process it. Okay, now so that we can see what is data science and everything. So in the data science, statistics, it is a backbone. Okay, next is numerical methods. So you people may not be using directly all these things. Okay, you people may not be calculating what is average, what is mode, what is median, not directly, but whenever you use your algorithms, okay, they are all running in the behind, and it is giving the result. Unless otherwise you know about these things, you cannot predict, or you cannot justify, right? Whenever you go and present something to anybody, what people say, how do you justify it, right? If you are having the justification, people believe you. But if you say that okay, computer has given the same thing, I am presenting, so nobody will believe, because you haven't put anything. So coming to the programming languages, or even in the robots or whatever, if you give something, it will throw you some output, right? In the programming languages, if I write some code, it will throw some output, unless otherwise there is an error. But whether the output it is making a sense or not, okay, that depends on you. How you have written your code, okay, that depends on you. So always the control is with you. Always the control is with you. So the programming languages as well as statistics and everything, why we are learning here is the numerical methods. Why we are learning here is when you wanted to take a decision in the organization in your future roles, you should have concrete substantiation. Okay, I am telling this one, okay, because I have run this statistical tool. Okay, this is what happening, and I can say around 95% of the confidence that it is going to happen. Even then it is not happening. Okay, you are having a statistical evidence that okay, this is what is happening, and this is what the current art of technology. So nobody else can do better than this. That is what you are telling to your organization, even though if it is going wrong. But if you are unable to tell that particular one, then people think that you are a fool. Okay, he's giving something, it is not working. So what you have to convince your manager or your organization is, yeah, I am using all statistical tools. Okay, it is going to happen. But even if it is not happening, also there is a reason for it. There is a reason for it. So that's why we go little bit depth into the statistics, not only the mean median mode. You people, I think in the first class itself, mean median mode, it will be over. That is your easiest class, first one class or two class statistics. After the statistics, it is almost like a logic. Okay, like whenever you read your physics, right? Okay, always it is like a logic, what step I have to take. Okay, statistics also, it is that much interesting when if you people put some effort. Next thing is numerical methods. Okay, the numerical method, as I told you, we are not solving any numerical method directly, but suppose gradient descent is there, it is one of the numerical method. So in the classroom itself, we will see how it is working, and we will write a code even. Okay, but in the real time, we are not using our code. There is a inbuilt code is there that we will be using, but to get idea what exactly is happening in the gradient descent, yeah, we will see. So I think another 10-15 minutes I will close this class. But I wanted to ask you a few questions. So in mathematics, do you people know what is interpolation, what is extrapolation? It is there in M3 or M2. Interpolation and extrapolation. What is interpolation? You will never ever listen that word, interpolation. Never. So what is interpolation? What is extrapolation? Okay. Um, so have you people done something on operation research? Operation research. I think mechanical people should have done. Okay. I don't know about others. So you people know something about the slack variables in the operation research? You know what is slack variable? When will we use? Huh? No, no, you can sit. No issue. Huh. Huh. Yeah, yeah, you are almost correct. Okay, there is something called slack variable. We will use the slack variable when you are having two dependencies. Suppose if I am having two dependencies, then I will be using my slack variable inside it. Okay, that also we are going to see. So why I am telling all these things in the first class is it is having a lot of relations with your operation research, your calculus, your linear algebra. There are so many things actually. So we will try to relate all these things and we will solve the problems. So how many people know here how matrix are used in the real time? You people know matrix, right? So you are having matrix multiplication, addition, inverse. Okay, there are so many things, right? So can you people tell me in the real time where are we using matrix? Any usage? Suppose if you wanted to solve two equations, okay, so what is the method you people are going to use? Have you people anytime solved equations using matrix when in ninth standard or 8th standard? Can you people do it now? Yes or no? People can do it using matrix. So yeah, means that is what I'm going to tell. Actually, the matrix, that is also we are going to discuss here in this class. Okay, how are we going to solve equations? Um, Coming to maximum minimum. So how many people know about the maximum minimum? If a function, how can I say if a function is having the maximum value or minimum value, how can I find out maximum minimum? Okay, just imagine I am having, okay, this is what my equation. I wanted to find out what is the maximum value of this one or minimum value of this one. So how can I find out? Method, I think no need to solve. Generally, how do you solve this one? I wanted to find out whether it is having the maximum value or minimum value. If it is there, what is that value? How can I do it? See, before you people go to engineering, you people might have solved these questions 1,000, right? This is the simplest question. This is one of the simplest question. Suppose I am having, this is what my x and y axis. Oh, okay. Just imagine I am having an equation here. Okay. The equation is something 2x plus 3y. Okay. It is not exactly 2x plus 3y, but just imagine equivalent to 5. Okay, this is what my equation, and I'm having another point here. Okay, this point is nothing but 1 comma 5. Okay, so what is the perpendicular distance this point is having with respect to this line? How can you people find out? Hmm? Okay, I will put these values into this next. That's all. This also, if people, there is something called locus. What is the locus of the point? Have you people solved in engineering? Not engineering, in 10 plus 2. If people give around one or two equations, okay, conditions, okay, then find out what is the locus of this point. Okay, that is a little bit higher, but just imagine I'm having this point somewhere and this is what my line equation. I wanted to find out the perpendicular distance. Yeah, so whatever he said, it is correct. So first I need to substitute that particular point inside. Next I have to take a plus b. Okay, so these are all actually people should be aware. Okay, people should be aware. Linear algebra, some calculus, okay, these things people need to aware, and data science. And what about continuous function? What is a continuous function and what is discrete function? Suppose if I say y is equal to x, is it continuous or is it discontinuous? How this look like when if I wanted to draw this one, y is equal to x? It is like this, right? 45 degrees. So is it continuous or discontinuous? How can you say it is continuous? Huh? Yeah, x value increase, y value increase, then it is okay. Now what I do is y is equal to mod x. Okay. So is it continuous or discontinuous? Continuous. How can you say it is continuous? Huh? So can you tell me how it look like in on your xy plane? Suppose if I am taking x is equal to, otherwise, okay, what you do is y is equal to, I wanted to round off, r is round off of x. Okay, it rounds off to lowest value, lowest digit. So can you people tell me y is equal to round off of x? Okay, can you people tell me what is it, continuous or discontinuous? So continuous means there is no gap in it, right? Suppose if I take y is equal to round off, I just wanted to round it off to uh, lower side, okay, and x. Suppose if I am having 0, then where is my y? X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. If suppose x is equal to 0.5, then what is y? Still it is 0. So it is once again here, right? If x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 1. So I am having something. So I will be getting a line here and another line here, another line here, another line here, another line. Yes or no? So is it continuous? It is not continuous. It is a discrete. Coming to this one, x is equal to y. It is a continuous. There is no gap in between. Okay. So if people know something called differentiable and non-differentiable, what is a differentiable? Suppose I define one function. The function is like this. Okay, this is what my xy plane. Okay, it is having, it goes up to here, then it is becoming horizontal line. So is it continuous or not continuous? First of all, it is continuous or not continuous? Continuous or not continuous? Continuous. How many people say continuous? You say continuous, and remaining all no. Why you said continuous, right? Why it is continuous? There is no gap, right? There is no gap. Okay, I'm going here, then I'm taking a right turn. Okay, it is continuous. Is it differentiable? Is it differentiable? So what is the condition for the differentiable? Can you people tell me? So if people know something called limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 2, limit x tends to infinity, all these things. What does it mean actually? If I say limit x tends to 0, what does it mean? So it is approaching to 0, right? It is almost approaching to 0. So the famous problem what you people have solved is x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Okay, limit x tends to 2. What is the value? What is the value? 4. So how did you get 4? So if you substitute directly 2 here, then what happens? You will be getting 0 by 0, right? If you directly submit, actually you will be getting 0 by 0. So 0 by 0 is, what is the value? So first, actually, before we were going, 0 by 1, what is the value? 0. 1 by 0, 1 by 0, what is the value? Can't define. And 0 by 0? 0 by 0? Undefined. So 1 by 0, how many people say it is cannot be defined? You are only person or many persons? Everybody. 1 by 0 is equal to infinity. It is not cannot be defined. You can define it is infinity. 0 by 0, undefined. So 0 by 0 is always undefined and 1 by 0 is infinite. Okay. Now when I say it is, when I say when I am substituting x is equal to, you will be getting 0 by 0. So it is not defined. But how can you say it is 4? How can you say it is 4? Yeah. So what I will be doing, I am just making it as, I will be getting x plus 2, right? So then I substitute here, then I will be getting 4. Okay. So this is to get marks. But actually, how can you solve this one? What is your limit says? What it, if you just go and see the first page of your limits, okay? There are around 1 or 2 pages of the theory. What it says? Actually, what you should be doing to find out the limit or to find out this one, what you should be doing? You should do, you have to substitute 1.99, okay, and then 2.01 or even more. Then what you will be getting, if I substitute 1.99, what I will be getting here? If I substitute 1.00, 1.99, can you people tell me what I will be getting here? Do it home, okay? You just, what is it, do this particular work at home. And if I substitute 2.01, then what I will be getting? See here. So what is the equation? Can you people tell me? Equation is, okay, I will make it as 1.99, okay? So my numerator is this one into this one minus 4, okay? This is what my numerator. What is my denominator? This one minus 2, right? So what did I get? 3.99, okay? Suppose I copy this particular formula, control C and control V. I replace it with 2 point, what did I get? 4. So now you see, when I am changing it from 1.99 to 2.01, it is changing from 3.9 to 4.01, right? So when I exactly go to 2, it cannot be undefined, right? It should be in between these two. That is where you are getting 4. Got the point? Suppose your machine is running with the equation. The equation is, whenever you start your machine, okay, it is taking a equation. The speed will be increased x square minus 4 divided by x minus 2, and x is nothing but your time. Okay, when you start your machine, okay, at 0 you are having what is the speed? You have to substitute 0 into that. At 1 you have to substitute 1, but at 2 it cannot be undefined, right? So it has to increase gradually. It has to increase gradually, right? It cannot be going something like, I will go around 3.99, then jump to 6 without reaching 4. Can you people imagine that? that is nothing but your continuous. Okay, your speed, if you take it, always should be continuous. You cannot have 3 directly go to 5. Can you have that? You cannot. So that is the meaning of your limit. So actually, how we should be calculating our limit? This is the procedure. Okay, so if you are getting these two same or close by, then you say that the limit is existing and it is continuous, so that you can have derivative there. Getting the point? Yes or no? Suppose if my function is y is equal to mod x, just imagine I am having y is equal to mod x. Okay, what does it mean? Can you people tell me? Y is equal to mod x means whether if it is minus, it will become plus, right? So can you people tell me how y is equal to mod x function look like in xy plane? In xy plane, I wanted to show, if I wanted to show on my xy plane y is equal to mod x. So can you people tell me, if x is equal to 1, then what is the value of y? 1, right? So I will be having a point here. If x is equal to, y is equal to, I am having a point here. X is equal to 3, y is equal to 3. If x is equal to minus 1, then where is x is equal to minus 1 means I am here. Then what is your y value? 1. Okay. If x is equal to minus 2, what is your y value? Minus 2. Not minus 2, plus 2. Okay. If x is equal to minus 3, then what is y value? 3. So you are having, how is your line? Your line look like this. Yes or no? Your line is looking like this. Now, is it continuous? Yes or no? It is continuous. But is it differentiable? Is it differentiable? Why no? See, it is continuous, I accept it because there is no gap. Okay. At 0, actually you don't have any gap. But just see whether it can be differentiable or not. Okay, this is not that much important actually when I am explaining the concept, but in gradient descent we use this. Okay, in gradient descent. Now just imagine if I am having a curve like this. Okay, can you people tell me what is the slope at this particular point? It is positive. Okay, and what is the slope in this direction? It is negative. Can you people tell why it is positive, why it is negative? Because whenever I am increasing my x, y is also increasing. That is positive slope. If I am increasing my x, then your y is decreasing, right? So that is what? It is negative slope. But if I come back to this particular one, what is happening? My slope is becoming 0. So any curve, it is having slope is equal to 0 before it is changes its slope direction. So this side I am having plus direction, this side I am having minus direction, and before I change my direction I am having 0. Then this is called differentiable. In this case, what happens is you are having something like this. You don't have anything 0 slope, so you say it is not differentiable. Okay, so these are all basics. Actually, we discuss more and more when we go for gradient descent. So I will stop here today. Okay. Next class also I will give a little more introduction about the course as well as topics. Okay. What you people have to do is whatever I told today, you people have to read and come back. Okay, what is continuous, what is limits, okay, maxima, minima, matrix. Okay, these are all like refresh people can do, and come to next class. In the next class, mostly we will be starting statistics. Okay. Okay, fine then. Any questions? Which one? I don't think they may be keeping in the syllabus you want, right? The same one I will ask them to upload. So it is just basics actually. I think it gives idea like, okay, what you people need to concentrate in your maths. Okay, uh, when you people are coming here, little bit of maths you people refresh and come, so that it is easy. I no need to spend a lot of time in explaining basics.